Holy shit. Sorry, man. I was fucking running late today.
That's okay.
Oh, all right.
How are you doing?
Lee Priest may come on. He may be late. He had a doctor's appointment, so he may be late. So I try to adjust, his schedule.
Yeah.
But we got Sean Kreiner, right? Is that how you pronounce your name? Sean Kreiner?
Got it.
Bodybuilder and electrician, blue collar brother. Holy shit. So I invite the blue collar guys on. I invite the veterans on. I got what's his name coming on Wednesday? The guy who just came in third in at Detroit, Ilias, because he's a Marine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I immediately and I don't pull any punches. I tell people, I was like, if you're a Marine or you're a vet of any kind and you're in a bodybuilding contest, you're a bodybuilder, that's who I'm cheering for. Sorry. Tough shit.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I don't care.
Those guys don't get enough credit.
No, tell me about it. I know. It's the truth. And I think I got, what's his name coming on with me too, who's also an Army vet. Chris, fuck was his last name? I forget. He's been on the show before. He's pro. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Just busy working and keep training.
Where you working? Where they got you working?
So I'm working nights. I'm working in Disneyland right now, actually, working nights there.
In Disneyland?
Yeah, it's a trip.
Holy shit. Yo, the fucking, that's got to be insane. I can only imagine the power that runs through Disneyland.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Sean is an electrician. So that's got to be fucking crazy.
Oh, that place is its own city, man. It is. It's unreal. It's cool.
All right. So we're going to talk about the UK, Arnold UK. But first, did you see the Detroit Pro?
I did.
All right. So what'd you think?
I think I really like that they're doing the comparison between classic and open. It's interesting to see.
Yeah.
And I think Wesley looked really fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a good show. I think they made the right calls, both cases.
Yeah, I think they actually did make the right call. I think Mo Fuda definitely should have won. That goes without saying. Now, let's, I got to call a circle a circle. It was a weak show. It was really not too much talent,
which is strange. A week out, is everybody just holding off?
That's what I was fucking saying. It's funny you said that because I messaged Akeem Williams because he lives in Jersey too. And I messaged him. I was like, "Are you doing the Detroit Pro?" He goes, "No, I'm doing UK." I'm like, "Dude, you would fucking kill it. Why? You would fucking win. Why?
Nobody wanted to do that back-to-back show and save it up.
I know it's a little strange that nobody wanted to fucking do it, but whatever. The good part about the show is Fuad puts on an amazing show. Okay, mm-hmm. He's the only one that does that pose down with the classic and the open guy. He also has a great live stream, and he also has a great backdrop where it's just black, so you could see the guys clearly.
Which people have been complaining about for years.
Forever. And it clearly helps. I don't know why the others don't fucking do it, but whatever. And so he puts on a great production, So that's the good thing. The bad thing is it was just, the talent wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And I talked about this on my wrap up, but Blessing has this amazing upper body, just in a from the waist up, he's flawless, and he just has this curse that he can't get his legs up.
Yeah.
I mean, and they've improved, and they're still not. It's like, God damn, you almost want to cry for the guy because this guy would be a top 5 guy if his legs were better, and it's just like,
has he had a knee or leg injury in the past?
I heard he's got some kind of knee injury, but he never had good legs. I mean, he really never had good legs. So it just makes it worse if he really had an injury. But when you have good legs, do you remember, I don't know, this had to be 10, 12 years ago, where Branch Warren fucking had a quad tear and he thought his career was over. And then he decided that, fuck it, I'm going to do the Arnold Classic. And then he won.
Typical Branch Warren fashion.
Yeah.
Just work through it.
Yeah. Okay, so Lee had a doctor's appointment. He might be coming on late. So I texted him. So I told him, don't knock yourself out. You got a doctor's appointment. Do what you got to do. But he might be coming on late, but we'll see what happens. So other than that, I mean, and on the classic physique guy, like, again, I thought you were going to have Wesley was the only guy, and the other guys, I didn't even know their names.
Yeah.
I thought, I would think a week out, you're already in shape. Why not go and jump into the Detroit Pro,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what the deal is. So sticking on classic. Mike Sommerfeld, right? That's his name?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the UK.
He's finally going to get a show in, huh?
Fine, yeah, and he's another one. Like, I don't know why you didn't do Detroit, but okay, whatever.
Is that the one I heard that he dicked around on registration and then was on a plane?
Oh, that's right. Yes, it was like, yes, and they tried calling the IFBB and they wouldn't bend the rules for him. Yes, you're 100% right. He was like 3 hours late or some shit like that.
It's hard. Oh God! After last year's Olympia with the height thing, and then this year's Arnold again with the height thing,
right?
And then the Detroit with missing registrations. Like, dude, what is he being strategic about it? Is this?
I don't know. I don't know what's
Masashi shit where he's just trying to sandbag and. I don't know.
Honestly, you know what I think? I think we give these guys too much credit. I think they're just fuck ups.
Yeah, it's possible.
I really do. I think they're just fuck ups. It's like, dude, because if you can't make weight and he's got an incredible physique.
He's nuts.
Incredible. And in my opinion, I think he would be a great open bodybuilder.
He would.
Sean Ray said he could be a 212 bodybuilder. I don't think he would be a good 212 bodybuilder because he's too tall.
Yeah.
But I think an open guy. But here's the thing, if he's going to do open, he's got to take a year and a half off and put on some solid size. He doesn't seem to want to do that, but he can't make the weight.
Yeah, it's one of those tough. He's knocking on the door. Like, he was favored to win last year. The reason you should stay there and win it,
right?
But you're right. If you can't make the weight, then.
And it's not like he can't make the weight and there's anything to peel off. Mm-hmm. He's coming in shredded and he can't make the weight. Mm-hmm. So just you might as well do the ERS thing and go into open, man. I mean, I don't know, because if you're telling me that you can't make the weight and you're coming in shredded and you can't peel another piece of fat or water off, then you're holding your body back. Let your body grow. Do the open.
Isn't that the whole point of bodybuilding to begin with?
Yeah, right.
Man, if you couldn't continue to progress, that would be heartbreaking. Like, I know it's a career for these guys, so it's different. But
yeah,
it would be a shame to have to stop growing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck that. I think a lot of these guys have been. I think a lot of the guys that are at that top level, their elite level, and they're young. I think basically they just have this entitled attitude, just like any other young guy that would be successful.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on with Mike Sommerfeld. I think that's what's going on with Martin Fitzwater. What was your whole take at the Arnold with Martin Fitzwater?
Yes, I agree that he did not act professionally, but no, I don't think that people. Everybody was just hopping on the social media bandwagon trying to get clicks and views.
Yeah,
it was a trending topic. Like, who cares if he's mad? Like, yeah, he was unprofessional, but big deal.
Yeah. And here's the thing though, like, he was very unprofessional. I've never seen it. Like, I've seen stupid shit happen, like, the Kai Green thing with Phil. Mm-hmm. But I've never seen like him supposedly he shoved Nick backstage and then he cheered. Now, don't get me wrong. It was like you said, I don't want to harp on it. But indirectly, he made Nick and Andrew look like consummate professionals because Nick held his fucking temper.
He looked like a good guy.
Controlled his emotion, as you're supposed to as a man, is to control your emotion. Don't overreact. And then Andrew actually reached out to him and offered him, some time off. And, Yeah. So it made him even look worse when the top guys are not reacting to your negative behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it made people become more Andrew and Nick fans.
Yeah.
Now, I hope that he gets his shit together and he does better at the UK and you know, he acts better and he comes in shape and so on and so forth. Because he's a young guy with all the talent in the world. He really has the potential. The guy's got the potential to be Mr. Olympia. He really does. You know, he's got the potential to be an Arnold
and he's champion. So young too.
And he's very young. So he's got the potential. But if he doesn't, and this continues, you know, like I said in the last wrap up, or when I did the UK, the Arnolds rather, not the UK. Sorry. I said this could end two ways. He could turn out to be the bodybuilder that never was, or it could be a feel good story, a guy that really fucking, you know, had a loose temper and you know, was a loose cannon, and then got his shit together and became one of the best in the world, or maybe the best in the world.
Yeah.
Those are
make for a good comeback story.
Yeah. And of course we want to see a comeback story. You know, I never want to see the guy, you know, it's like what was that athlete when I was a kid? Bo. He played football and baseball. Bo Jackson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then he had this weird, strange fucking injury when he played football. And he was playing pro baseball, pro football. He had a weird, strange injury, and it ended his career early because he had this. And he was such an amazing athlete, but because of that injury, the whole time you're going, man, maybe he could have been fucking one of the best ever. But you never know. You don't want to see that happen to Martin. You want to see Martin prevail.
You know, it's funny. A few months ago, I was on a road trip with my family. I had my wife and my mom in the car.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had the podcast of him on Transparent. And even my mom was like, oh, I like this guy. Yeah, he's real calm. I like his demeanor. You should listen to more of this guy. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of funny now, months later, that he has this big blow up at the competition. So yeah, listen.
Hey, listen. The thing is, it's not an isolated incident. You know, he was arrested once before. He's had problems with people in the past, with Nick in the past, with Andrew in the past. He's had problem. He did that thing with who's the UK commentator and journalist for bodybuilding, Giles, where he knocked the phone out of his hand. You know, if it continues this, he lost sponsors. If it continues, sooner or later, the IFBB is just going to ban him if it continues. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, we don't want to see that. I don't want to see good, talented bodybuilders make the wrong choices when the guy's like clearly has the talent to be the best, like the best in the world. But I didn't think he was going to do the Arnold UK. I thought he was going to take time off and get his shit together, put his head together.
That's confirmed. I was trying to find that earlier and I couldn't.
Yeah, and the Arnold UK's turned out to be a good lineup. I should have. You know what? Let me send it to you. Actually, are you on your phone? Are you using your phone?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'll send you the because it's turned out to be a pretty good show. Where are we here? There we go. There it is. Come on. All right, just sent it to you. And at the same time, Hadi is out because apparently he can't get a visa.
Ugh.
Yeah. So we got in the lineup for the Open, we got Andrew Jack, Martin Fitzwater, Brandon Curry. I'm glad Brandon Curry's doing this show. He's another one that should have did fucking Detroit. He would have cleaned up in Detroit.
I know I'm not the only one to say this, but I feel like he keeps getting overlooked. He's the last couple years.
In the last show, he definitely got it. Well, in that Arnold Classic, the judging was really strange, man. It was really strange. You know, you had Martin over Brandon, and it was like Brandon looked great. Martin was holding water clearly.
Mm-hmm.
You had Andrew winning, which it was like 50-50. A lot of people thought it was going to be Hadi or Nick, and then other people thought it was going to be Andrew.
Yeah, and they had him winning in prejudging too.
And they had him winning in prejudging. Like it wasn't even close. It was real. That was really strange. It was just this strange lineup, but all right. And then we got Hassan Mustafa, Mo Fuda, Blessing, Patrick Moore, and I don't know who the other guy is, Abu Konote. I don't know who that is. But okay. You don't have to comment, but I'm going to comment. Andrew, Martin, Brandon, Akeem, and Mo Fuda, and I'll even put Blessing in that category because Blessing has been. It's not like he hasn't been working hard. He's been really trying. Hassan Mustafa, I don't know what he's thinking anymore. He steps on stage. He looks like he's 6 weeks out.
Yeah,
he's big. He's massive. He's got no lines. He doesn't. He's just this big, massive piece of muscle. He looks like he's in his off season.
He is big. He's very big.
I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know if he's just not dieting. I don't know if he has a I don't know what's going on, but he just comes in like off season shape and he steps on stage. It's like, dude, you're at the Arnold Classic, you know, and you're going to be in the Arnold Classic UK. Like you shouldn't be on stage in the grandest stage in the world and not be in shape.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, nobody's even talking about him anymore. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
So what did you think of his appearance at the Arnold?
Exactly that. I don't know if he's just trying to play to his strengths and hoping that he can outmuscle everyone, but it's not working.
Yeah, definitely not working. The other guy I want to see is Patrick Moore. Yeah, I want to talk about Patrick Moore.
Yeah, I heard your wrap up on that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's cost effective for Patrick to keep competing anymore. I don't know. It's the same. It's, you know, Patrick, please no more. That's what I'm going to start calling him. Patrick, please.
Oh.
Patrick, you know, it's. He brings the same package every time. He doesn't make any improvements. He does a show. He comes in fourth in a very weak Detroit lineup. Anytime he does any other show, he really gets destroyed. Like he barely breaks the top 10. After some time, you know, you got to do some soul searching and ask yourself, is this what I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Do I just want to be the guy that could barely break top 10? I'd be like a third tier bodybuilder when at one point I was breaking the top 10 at the Olympia, because he did break the top 10 at the Olympia one year. And that was probably his best look. And that's what it comes down to. It's like, all right, you know, I'm hoping he's got sponsors, but you're going to spend all this time and effort and energy, and you just can't seem to make any serious improvements. You can't seem to get yourself out of that second, third tier category. And then it gets to the point where it's like, you know, what are we doing here? You know, I mean, if you're happy doing it, I guess, okay, fine. But as bodybuilding fans, we kind of want to see the guys get better. We want to see the improvements.
Yeah.
You know, because inevitably what happens is that the younger guys are coming up. They're getting better. Guys like Mo Fuda, guys like Martin, guys like Nick. I mean, there's a lot of young guys coming up this year. Guys like Joe Blasios. He's a fucking monster.
Yeah, he is.
Insane, dude. He was
what an insane growth period he's had over the last couple
dude, it's I don't know if you saw the one where he was on with me like about a month ago with me, and yeah, he sounded like Darth Vader. He couldn't He was because he was 310 pounds or whatever the hell he was. It's like, holy shit. Yeah. And so inevitably what's going to happen is these guys, they're just going to surpass you. They're going to surpass you. You know, there's not too many, like Brandon Curry is a freak of nature. He's 43 years old. He's won the Olympia. He's won the Arnold Classic twice. And he still holds his own. He's still breaking the top 5 in the fucking Arnold and the Olympia.
Looking great. Looking
amazing. You know, that guy to me is a true bodybuilder's bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You know, because even before he won the Olympia, he was like a second tier bodybuilder. And then he decided, which is kind of what I'm trying to say about Patrick Moore. And then he decided, look, I got to put this all on the line. This is how I make a living. I have a family. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. And then he went to Kuwait for, I don't know how long.
Years. It was like 7 years, 8 years, something like that.
Left his whole family, made the right improvements, and became the greatest bodybuilder in the world for that period of time. And that's, to me, that's admirable. That's what you want to see bodybuilders do.
Yeah.
And the reason why I come down so hard on Patrick Moore is exactly that. It just seems like the biggest problem I have with bodybuilders that have potential and then they have this incredible genetics and they just don't fucking fulfill it. They just don't fulfill their potential. And that drives me crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, it just seems like it's just riding on genetics. You know, it drives me fucking crazy because either one of us, you know, listen, I wouldn't be on a microphone talking about bodybuilding if I could have been a fucking professional bodybuilder. That's the truth. The critics, that's what critics are. Critics are failed athletes and can't do it, right? So
I love bodybuilding. I'm going to worm my way into the niche somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be on the Olympia stage.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not ashamed to say it, man. I looked in the mirror when I was in my, you know, mid-30s and I was like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not. It's over. And then when you see guys with the potential and the genetics, and it's like, Jesus, it's so frustrating. It's like, if you just fucking put some work in, fuck, you could be. The worst was, do you remember Lionel Becky?
No.
Oh, you remember him. He was, I'll pull him up. He was French. He was a French bodybuilder. And Lionel Becky. And he had, let me see now, if I could fucking do this. He had incredible potential. And he just kept missing the mark and kept missing the mark. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And, all right, can you see that?
It's loading, but, oh, yeah. Yeah, I recognize this guy.
Yeah. And it got to the point where it was so bad that he did win a show. I think he won, this was the San Marino Pro, you know. And then it got to the point where he just fucking started coming on stage looking worse and worse and worse and worse. And he had the most amazing genetics and the most amazing potential. And he just let it all go to shit, you know? And I don't, and he was so frustrating. He was so frustrating to watch because you're looking at these guys and you go, these guys have such great fucking potential and they're just throwing it away.
Yeah.
And I really think that what happens is they're riding on their genetics and their genetics is so great. It gets them to that fucking, it gets them to that, you know, that elite category. And then when it comes time, well, listen, now you got to put the fucking work in because you're not just beating everybody on genetics. They just don't do it.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the biggest fucking cringe thing possible, you know, because you got guys like yourself that are making their way, putting all the work in. You're working, you know, a blue collar job, busting your ass. You got a family, and you're still winning shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. What's your take on it? Oh, look, I got a nice. Thank you, Nico. That was a very nice. Yeah. I know I have a great physique, but I didn't have a Sean Kreiner national level physique.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that story about how I came to terms with the fact that I'm never going to turn pro? All right, so it's really funny. So any NPC show I did, I would win. Okay. There was, all right. I would at least win the Masters because I was competing up until I was like 35. So I win the Masters anywhere. I won an Open. And there was shows I did, came in second in the Open. There was one show I came in fifth in the Open, and that killed me.
Oh.
But I was going to do a national level show, right? And I was already like 35, and I was able to do like Masters Nationals. I was able to do like Team Universe Nationals. And I'm like, all right, that's what I'm going to do. I go see a couple of local coaches. One of them was Oscar Arden. I don't know if you remember Oscar Arden. He used to train Kai Green. He was out of Brooklyn, which is real close.
I wasn't sure if that was the same Oscar, but yeah.
Same guy. He used to train Kai when Kai first came up, and he was from Brooklyn. I went to go meet him. I met another guy in Jersey. I forget his name. I went to go see all the local guys. You know, they were, ready to go and so on and so forth. And like, just to let you know, like the most I ever weighed on stage was 181.
How tall are you?
5'8".
Oh man, yeah.
Which is not a lot. Now back then,
you're winning shows like that, man.
Yeah, back then,
that's kicking ass.
They didn't have Classic. That's I'm showing my age. Okay, Classic came out if they would have had Classic when I was competing, I probably could have done some damage in Classic, right? But I didn't have Classic. Okay, whatever. So I was training at a gym called Guys Gym, small hardcore gym. The owner was Guy Del Corso. He had the gym since the 70s. He recently passed away. He was a hardcore bodybuilding guy, and he would work backstage as backstage organizing the guys, on the NPC shows and the IFBB shows. He would do the New York Pro. They even sent him to Vegas to do the Olympia, where he's lining the guys up, getting the guys ready. And he always needed help. So he would ask the guys in the gym, you want to work this week and we need help, blah, blah, blah. And so all the guys in the local area, guys from Diamond, guys from Bodyworks, we would all go and work. So that's the year. That was the last show I competed. And I did, I wanted to do Team Universe. So it was 2000, I don't remember the year, 14. And this is when I was thinking about doing a national level show. So I go and I'm working Team Universe. And I used to love working the shows, man, because I just love bodybuilding. It was like that. It's like that line from Rocky where he goes to Mickey for a job and he goes, I just got to be around it. It was like that. I used to love working those shows. And half the time I wouldn't even get paid. I would just fucking do it. Right. All right. Whatever. That year, Team Universe, John Meadows wins the whole thing. And I got to see him up close and personal. And I remember going home and telling my wife, I'm never going to look like that. It's just not going to happen. I'm never looking like that. He was a
translucent skin that he was known for.
He was a freak of fucking nature. I was like, I'm never going to look like that no matter what I do. It had to be reality. It's just, there were other reasons I didn't want to really spend all the money to like maybe break the top 5 in a master show. But when I realized like what a pro bodybuilder looks like and what a national level bodybuilder that turns pro look like, I'm like, okay, I'm kidding myself here. I'm fucking kidding myself. Oh. And then after that, I just threw in the towel. I'm like, all right, we're done. We're not doing this anymore.
That topic, my very first show, which was this past year, I showed up early for tanning. And there was no line. I was early. I was like, all right, I'll just go ahead and get sprayed. Well, it was a pro and an am show.
Okay.
So I go in there and I'm doing my tanning at my very first show with all these classic pros. And let me tell you, there is no way to make you feel small and fat.
Yeah.
To go in there and be tanning with all those guys. I was like, oh shit, what am I doing here? I'm in the wrong place.
It's horrible. I actually The last show I did was the Brooklyn Grand Prix, and Akeem Williams was the guest poser, and I remember taking a picture with him, and he was like 315 pounds, and I remember deleting the picture after I saw it. I was like, all right, we're done here. This is ridiculous. Oh God, what is this? Okay, but it was just ridiculous. But anyway, back to the Arnold UK. I don't know. Have you seen what Andrew looks like?
No, I've not seen any updates since.
All right, let me pull him up because the guy is just fucking insane, dude. The guy just looks.
Like I said the last time you had me on here, my eye is just drawn to him. No matter what stage of fat he is, he's got that structure.
He looks like a superhero.
He does.
He really does. He looks like a fucking superhero. Now, I'm a fan of the freaks. Right, but I understand that his structure is, next to none.
Yeah.
But this is his most recent update. I don't know if you could see that. Can you see that?
Oh fuck. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, and it clearly looks like he's gonna fucking win again. He found first of all.
Yeah, looking at that list, I can't see.
No.
Yeah, it's in the bag.
The only guy that I could see actually possibly, which would be a great comeback story, would be Martin. Blessing, like I said, he's just cursed. Patrick Moore, Hassan Mustafa, I'm just not. Akeem will be in the running. Akeem will probably be in the top 5. And Brandon Curry will probably be in the top 5. But Martin really has the potential to make this a serious comeback story and a feel-good story if he puts it together. But
yeah,
Andrew's gonna take at this point. Andrew's just like, fucking, I'm just gonna take the money. I'm gonna take the money and run.
Off topic here, but I'm looking at these comments on this Andrew post. What do you think about Ian coming back?
All right. I'm gonna give you an unbiased opinion. All right, it's an unbiased opinion. Excuse me. My biased opinion is I was never a big Ian fan.
Mm-hmm.
I was never. He always, to me, in my personal opinion, is he always lacked that wow factor. He came out and like when Andrew comes out, when Nick comes out, when Hadi comes out. Even when Martin comes out and he's in shape, it's like, Jesus Christ. I never had that reaction when Ian came back. Now, of course, he was a great bodybuilder. He's won plenty of shows. But it's just it is my experience that when guys retire for several years and then lose muscle and then try to make a comeback and put the muscle on, it's never the same.
Yeah.
It's just never the same. There we go.
Yeah, I would really like to see him come in and maybe win a show just kind of as a story because that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let me stop the shit. There we go. Oh, shit, it's Big Lee Priest.
Oh.
G'day.
How you feeling? Where the hell are you? How you feeling?
I live in the doctor's office. He said my heart was normal again, so that's good.
Well, what do you mean normal again?
Well, I said it's normal because sometimes it would.
That Australian fucking Jesus Christ, I can't speak today, Sean. I'm fucked up.
It's okay. Did you lose him
back
too?
in 2000 from a viral infection.
I got you now. We met. The
elevator.
You froze on that. You froze on us a little bit. When we try to get him from Australia, this happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I
wonder how long it took him to recover from that trip back.
Oh, dude, I don't know how he does it. I'll tell when we have good reception, I'll let him tell you. He wears compression socks, so his blood flows better because he's got to be on a fucking plane for 16 hours. He takes this over the counter natural remedy to help him increase his immune system, so he doesn't get sick from people germs on the plane because it's constantly, going through the system in the plane. I mean, he makes plenty of money and he makes a great living doing what he does, but I don't envy that travel, man. Jesus Christ.
It'd be rough.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. What the hell were we talking about before Lee popped on? Oh, Ian.
Okay. Oh, Ian. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I've seen Ian, or anytime I've seen a bodybuilder take time off, lose muscle, and try to come back and be competitive again, they always seem to fall short. Now, that doesn't mean Ian can't do it, but that's been my experience. There were, let's see, who the first guy that comes to mind was Dennis Wolf. I remember he had that surgery, had to get on his neck, and then he tried to make a comeback, and he wasn't half the guy he was when he was in his prime. Obviously, then you got guys like, Kevin Levrone and Flex Wheeler that tried to make the comeback. And
do we count those as comebacks, or is that just kind of?
Yeah, I know. It's just kind of like they have some stuff left in the basement, like Rocky says, because those guys had nothing to prove, nothing to prove, But anytime I've ever seen that happen, there was one exception. You got to help me out. Last year, he competed and he made it to the Olympia. He must have competed like 5 or 6 times and he won. Smaller guy, does the open, but smaller guy. He had been retired for 5 years.
Yeah, he won Detroit, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You talking about Bonac?
No, not Bonac. Not Bonac. No, the guy who came in second from Bonac to Bonac in Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't remember who it is. Oh, there he is. There's Big Lee Priest. If anybody in the chat know what I'm talking about, I can't remember the guy's name. I believe he came in second in Detroit. Sasan Harad. That's it. Sasan. That's it.
Sauce. Yeah. He looked great.
That guy is an exception to the rule. He took a lot of time off and then fucking came and won and looked amazing. What's up, Big Lee? How you feeling, man? Can you hear me? Can you hear me or no? No. It's that reception from Australia, bro. All right. We'll say when he'll jump on when he gets home. But he is an exception to the rule. He looked fucking amazing last year.
Yeah, I forgot he did so many shows.
Yeah, let's see if we could find him.
His midsection again, man, he looked so good.
Yeah, let's see if we could find him. Sasan. Let me see, because he really kind of like shocked everybody last year. Go. Oh, come on. All right, let's go here. So, oh, come on, Jesus Christ.
SAS.
There we go. Okay, SAS. There we go. Got it. Yeah, this is the guy. Yeah, he looked great last year, man.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Share screen. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you could see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was there we go. Okay, good. Let's get rid of this and then let's get rid of that and then we will do this again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this was last year, and this was an exception to the rule. He made a comeback after, I think it was 5 years.
Yeah.
And he looked amazing, and he knew he could make it, and he didn't stop competing. If you remember, I think he competed 5 or 6 times to make it to the Olympia. And he made it till, of course, the Olympia is a different world. It's like the Olympia is like, of course, he got his ass handed to him. But he still was amazing on stage. And that kind of work ethic is things that you admire in a bodybuilder. Guys that just won't stop and won't stop and won't stop. And I wonder what he's got in store for this year. I hope he's not like done We haven't heard anything about him.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, we definitely haven't heard anything about him. All right. What is, let's see, the Arnold UK. Well, you have good legs. Okay. What, I mean, not that Blessing probably doesn't know already. But what would you tell Blessing as far as bringing his legs up? Not that he doesn't know already, but it irks me because, you know, the guy's upper body is amazing, but he has that Johnny Jackson curse, only worse.
Mm-hmm.
What would you, how would you steer him in the right direction? If it's possible.
Like I said last time, here's me critiquing on a guy on another level. I don't know.
Right.
I'd have to see his training, because how is he training really hard? Does he have a previous injury? He just going balls out. And he kind of strikes me as somebody that just goes balls out.
Yeah.
And maybe isn't being as intentional as he needs to be with his training.
Yeah. I don't think his training is lacking. It might be, again, we'd have to see his type of training. All right. So, like, for example, Dorian Haywood, obviously, you know, good bodybuilder, won the Masters Olympia, good friend. He always had problems with his legs, but his legs really grew when, instead of like pushing the weight, he would do time under tension. I don't know if you ever seen him train.
I have not, no.
But he puts especially legs and back, everything is time under tension. When he squats, it's this very slow, methodical training that just keeps the tension on the quads the entire time. And he's made a lot of advances doing that. Obviously, he became, you know, Masters Olympia. But you're right. You'd have to see his training. I don't know who he's working with. But at the same time, we've seen Johnny Jackson do everything possible to get his legs bigger, and it's just not happening. And he made progress with his legs, but it just never caught up to his upper body. And he's another guy where, I mean, he's a legend, but he's another guy where, God, if he had fucking Branch Warren legs, or if he had, I mean, you can't not train with Branch Warren and not make progress. If you know what I mean? Like, they were.
Which is funny, because everybody knocks those guys for the way they train, which is the exact opposite of what we were just saying about Dorian.
Mm-hmm.
So it just goes to show you how personally dependent it is. Everybody's got to try something different, I guess.
It works for them.
Yeah, right.
You know, you got to see what works for you. I mean, on a smaller scale, I've done that. All right, that's actually a great question. What training philosophy have you changed and have seen better results as opposed to the old philosophy that you used to do when you trained? I mean, in a particular body part that was lagging.
Be very intentional. I'm really big on the really slow and controlled and full stretch and full contraction. And if I don't feel the muscle, I need to switch it up and either try a different exercise or try a different positioning, different grip. But I'm really big on feeling it and stretch and contract.
What body part was that you were like, okay, like, I got to try something different here, because the way that I normally train isn't working. It's not progressing the way I'd like it to.
Firstly, it was legs, and
really,
then recently it's been chest.
Really, because you got good legs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's been there was a long time where it was just get under the bar and just let momentum carry me all the way. But the last few years, I have noticed a significant amount of growth, and it's been slow, controlled, paused rep squats, leg presses that are really slow and super deep.
Yeah.
It is really helping me out.
Pause rep squats are a motherfucker.
They are a motherfucker.
Like, you might as well take half the weight off.
Yeah, no, you do. You 100% do. I have totally had to give up the want to look like a badass based on how much weight I've got on the bar.
Right.
I'm in there for a very specific reason to train. I know I always get a lot of flack for this, but I think firstly, you got to train really hard. We know that. You've got to train fucking hard with a lot of intensity. But my philosophy is that you don't need a big hammer. You just need the right sized hammer with the perfect swing.
Well, okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Now, what about your chest? What if you changed it? Because you said the chest was also a trouble part that you actually had to make changes.
Yeah, I just had to change my positioning around and make sure that every movement that I was doing, I was feeling it. Because before it was just shoulders. Everything, I just felt it in my shoulders all the time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I had to completely strip my weights down to nothing. And I'm doing like 135 pounds on incline press, looking like a girl.
Yeah.
And I get to where I can feel it. And now that I can feel it, now I can start increasing weights.
And did you continue with free weights, or you tried some plate loaded stuff, strength, hammer strength, or did you stay with actual free weights?
Yeah, the movements didn't change too much. Still, I have always done all of them, free weights and machines.
Right.
But I play a little bit more with seating position and grip and not trying to just throw the most weight around.
Yeah. My trouble part's not that I'm on your level, like you said, like we said, these guys are the best in the world, but it was always my shoulders and my back. And it's like, I've tried like everything, but I've seen improvements, but nothing great, but I've had to, there was a time when I was competing to get my shoulders decent. At least I would do side laterals, and I would do drop sets, 40s, 30s, 20s, 10s, until I couldn't move, and do it all again, 40, 30, 20, 10s. And it must have been like, 6 sets of that just to feel the fucking muscle burn and so on and so forth. Then it was, make sure that you're training your rear delts better so that it pushes your deltoid out. Then it was, instead of front barbell shoulder presses, it was all right, switch up to hammer strength with lighter weight. And I've noticed that the hammer strength, the plate loader machine, you could really, really have mind muscle connection on them, on those machines.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the old school guys are like, oh, you got to stick with the free weights. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Some of those machines are fantastic.
They are.
Some of those machines are fucking fantastic, man. And
there's a reason all of the top pros nowadays are using machines all the time.
Yeah. This is not, the machines from the 1980s. This isn't, this is, the engineering bodybuilding gods have gotten together and figured it out. And like you said, I usually switch it up. I'll do free weights, and then I'll go into machines or plate loaded. I like plate loaded stuff. I'm not a big Nautilus guy, with the pin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the plate loaded stuff a lot, but I'm sure Blessing has he has the ability to speak to whoever he's got to speak to pick whoever's brain he's got to pick. And I'm sure there are people that have reached out to try to help him. So I'm sure he has explored all options.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling this is going to be it. I have a feeling this is going to be it. This is going to be.
How old guy is he? Do you know?
What's up?
How old is he?
Blessing. Let's see. He's probably in his 30s. He's a young dude. I know he's also married and has a kid now. Let's see. Blessing. Votable age. 34. All right. He's still young.
Still young.
But I think this is going to be his entire career, basically. Now, if he could make his entire career and make money you know, because he's big on social media and he's a very likable guy and he's funny, and you know, he likes to talk shit, but in all in fun. Then please go ahead and do what you got to do. You know, you got, if it works for you, go right ahead. It's just, it fucking sucks when you see the guy and his upper body is amazing. Like literally, his upper body is flawless.
Yeah, he's really bubbly and looks so good.
But it is what it is. But now, Mofuda wins Detroit. My opinion is done. Pack it into the Olympia. Because you fucking when you win an early show and then you pack it in, people tend to forget about you, and then you can concentrate a lot more on making those gains that you need to make. And this will be, I think, the second time he'll do the Olympia, and we've seen him. He's obviously made improvements. What do you think? What would be your opinion?
Yeah, there's still a lot of guys that need to qualify, a lot of really good guys that need to qualify down the line. So it makes sense. Because like this next show coming up, Arnold UK.
Yeah.
He's going to be competing against Andrew.
Yeah.
Who else is coming down the line the rest of this year? Take the time, focus on what you need to do for the Olympia. Yeah.
Because it looks like you got Mike Crizzo that's doing New York.
There's another guy. Like, oh man,
I know he's
what a freak.
Let's look him up because I haven't looked. I haven't seen him. Let's see if I can find him. Crizzo. Here we go. All right. I haven't seen his. Jesus Christ, he is a fucking beast. Let's see. All right, there we go. This was 1 week ago. And I think he's doing New York. I'm pretty sure he's doing New York. But he is just, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He's another guy that's making a lot of improvements. He's just he's a big motherfucker. I'm a fan of the freaks, man. What kind of machine is that? Have you ever seen that machine?
No.
I've never seen that machine in my life. That's
some kind of hack squat, huh?
It's looks like a Smith machine, but specifically the weight. See, I really wish I had an engineer that develops this stuff, because why would you have the weight above your head like that? There's got to be a reason.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, really. All right, was this same thing? Okay. No, this is the weight is brought down lower, and I noticed on hack squats when you bring the weight down, when the machines have the weight down lower, it's a lot. You could do a lot less, because I have these machines in my gym where the new hack squats, where the plate loaded is closer to your legs than it is to your shoulders, and it makes it a lot more difficult. But this guy is like, he is look at this. This is retarded right here. Look at this. That's 3 weeks ago. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous. You know,
he just needs to work on his shoulder mobility so he can do a proper back.
Oh, that's right. His posing was always the problem because of his shoulders. That's
Can't
right.
Get his arms up over his head.
Which
understandably so. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, really. Thank you, sir. I appreciate John's live right now. Screw Matt. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not a big Muscle Discord fan. I'm not a big Matt Muscle Discord fan, so I'm glad that you guys are tuning in. I did not realize that I was going on the same time he did. You know, I didn't realize this was like Johnny Carson versus Arsenio Hall back in the day, you know. But it is what it is. I'm glad that you guys are tuning in here. But listen, man. Matt's he's one of those channels where he loves the drama. And he loves the drama. And what he'll do is he'll take something that doesn't necessarily even have to be a fucking story, and he makes it a story, even though there's no proof or facts behind it. Right? Like last year when he saw that Steve Weinberg was on the phone at the judge's table.
Yeah.
And he made this huge thing about who's on the phone, calling him, telling him to change the results. And it's like, dude, he could have been on the phone with his daughter. How the fuck do you know? And that's why I'm not. And plus, there's other reasons about Matt that I don't like. Kind of sabotaged one of my guests once before. And ever since then, because I had him on the show once, and we were cool until he kind of sabotaged one of my guests. So, and ever since then, I just stopped paying attention to him, and I don't talk to him anymore. But what happened was I was supposed to have Wendy Fortino on, and great female, fitness woman. I mean, one of the best in the world ever. She's on, I think the Wings of Strength channel, and she's on the Olympia channel. She's been a staple in bodybuilding forever, right? So I sent her a shirt, tank top with my logo on, and she takes the shirt, she takes a picture of it, sends it to me. I put it on Instagram, and I said, welcome to the family, Wendy Fortino. So all of a sudden, the next day, I see underneath, Matt writes, underneath that Instagram post, fake news. She's not going to be on fake news, not going to be on the show, something like that. So I messaged Wendy. I was like, did you see this? Why would he say that? And then all of a sudden, she decided she's not coming on the show anymore. Oh, I don't think it's a good idea. People think that I'm going to be co-hosting. I was like, wait, you're not co-hosting. You're just going to be on the show. And I sent her another picture of some random guy that wanted a shirt. I said, I put down, anytime I send somebody a shirt, that's what I say, welcome to the family. And I showed her the post. It was just a random guy that watches my show that sent me a picture that I sent him a shirt. And I said, welcome to the family.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you're not co-hosting. It's just something that I say. So she said, I don't think it's a good idea. So, okay. So then I messaged Matt on Instagram. And I said, dude, this is something that I tell everybody who I send the shirt. And I sent them the same guy. I was like, look, that is what I tell them. Welcome to the family. And then he never messaged me back. So whatever happened, whoever, I'm not saying he did. I'm saying it's a possibility he reached out to somebody or reached out to her, or just the fact that he made that comment.
Yeah.
Underneath, and of course I kept it. So if I'm ever questioned on it, I have the receipts. And then she never fucking, we were cool. We're still cool. Me and Wendy, it was never not a problem. I don't hold grudges. But if you're gonna fuck with my guests like that, now you're fucking with my show and you're fucking with my money, and that's where I drew the line.
Yeah.
And then before that, I would watch Matt's show, or I had him on. And then I was like, all right, we're done here. You're obviously not a trustworthy person. I don't know why you fucking said that. It's none of your fucking business who I have on my show. I never did anything like that to anybody, So I just said, I blocked him, and I didn't block him. I just stopped following him on Instagram. And then I stopped watching the show, and I was like, we're done. I'm not, you're a scumbag. I'm not fucking with somebody who's a scumbag. The people that I have on my show, if you notice, I always try to get people that are good people. I don't, I don't want shitheads. I don't want scumbags. I don't want to affiliate with those people. I don't want to affiliate.
Sure you talk to the right guy here?
Yeah. I don't want to affiliate with scumbags, right? Life is too short, so I just X'd them out. I'm like, all right, we're done here. And that's really it. Now, as far as me and Wendy are fine. We've talked since then. She's fine. We're fine. It's not a problem. I probably could ask her now, but this was like last year or something. I could probably ask her now, and she would probably come back on. But it is what it is. So, and that's what. And I don't like that kind of show. I don't like how he runs his show, so I'm not going to watch it. Doesn't mean I'm saying the other. Not everybody. You like his show? Go watch it. It's not for me.
It's hard to tell if the opinions that he has are genuine or if he's just taking those stances to piss everybody off to get more views, because it does that, and it's real good at that.
It's yeah, I think it's clickbait. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, man. But look, my show is pretty much how I run my show is basically I try to be entertaining. That's why Crazy Lee Priest is on with me all the time. And I try to be informative at the same time. We try to be funny and informative at the same time. That's the whole idea. And that was by design. Now, obviously, I had to make adjustments of who's going to be on what show and so on and so forth. But by design, my show was going to be informative, but funny. So you could come on here, you could laugh, you could smile. We joke about, anybody. And it's also, I don't pull any punches. Like, the Patrick, please, not so much more. I don't pull any punches. But it's supposed to be entertaining and funny, because how many times can you fucking watch how many meals a day you could eat, what your training regimen is, who's going to win the Olympia this year? How many times can you fucking watch that? So my idea was like, I'm going to make it funny. I'm going to make it entertaining. And I'm also going to make it informative. Yeah. So I got Crazy Lee Priest on me most of the time on a Monday night. You were nice enough to fill in because he had the doctor's appointment. And then he comes on me on Wednesday nights, which is also fucking crazy. And then on Wednesday nights we go live. I have Jason on, and we talk about anabolics. We talk about training. We talk about peptides. We talk about, and that's the informative side. And then I do contest coverage. But my contest coverage is I don't pull any punches. I'm just, if I think somebody is cursed like Blessing, I'm gonna say he's fucking cursed. If I think somebody should really do some soul searching like Patrick Moore and see where his career is at this point, then I say it. And that is my formula. So I try to be all encompassing but entertaining at the same time, because like I said, man, like, and what's funny is RX Muscle does it, Dave does it. He's got all those lunatics on the whack pack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dave was the guy that inspired me to start my own channel. I used to watch him. I still watch him. I used to watch him all the time. Like I never missed an episode. I still watch him. I still
yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've listened to one of those podcasts at work.
Yeah. You know what the worst ones where Dave was on? And the worst but the best. And this is when I knew I was never going to be as good as him. When Dave would have Milos on, and they would argue about steroid protocol, and they would argue about insulin protocol, and they would argue about GH protocol, and they would get deep into the chemistry and biology. And then I'm like, okay, I'm fucking lost. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about at this point. I'm fucking lost. I don't know, because these guys are like two geniuses, and they would go at it arguing, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're arguing about. I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. Lost me.
Yeah. And but and then Paul Barnett is another guy who's like that. I have him on my show too.
Paul's good dude.
Paul's a great guy. Really informative. So that's basically what I do. I'm not a big fan of the drama for no reason, the podcasts.
It's not the type of person I'm trying to be.
I'm not a big fan, but if that's what you like, if you like the bullshit, and listen, I'll give you drama, but it's got to be real, right?
Yeah.
Like when Martin freaked out, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Fucking boom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking jumping on that shit because it's real. I can't just make something up or just make a mole out of make a piece of sand out of a mountain. I just can't do it. And if you notice too, his shows, like the guys that used to be on his shows are not on the show anymore. The Chris Cormier is not there anymore. Dorian's not there anymore. I don't know if Phil, who's a great guy, by the way. I don't know if Phil Klahar is on with them anymore. I really don't know. But I still keep in touch with Phil. Phil is great. He really is. Super good dude. And his wife, fantastic people. I've noticed that those guys just don't go on the show anymore. So I don't really know. I don't get it. I don't know. Yeah. Bob's show is good. Bob Chick's show is pretty good. He doesn't pull any punches either. You got to give Bob. What do you think about Bob and Sean Ray, their show?
I've only listened to them a couple of times in the last year or so, and that was partly because Bob was getting so much heat over the Nick thing, and of course, everybody loves to hate Sean. So I cannot give you a informed assessment of those two guys.
Yeah, I've heard shitty. I've heard Sean Ray is the cheapest motherfucker. I heard if you're out to dinner with him, he's always saying, "Oh, I don't have my wallet. I don't have my money. Can you get like real fucking cheap?" Yeah, one of those guys. That's what I heard. I've had Bob on the show once before. I treated him with respect. I treated him with respect because those guys still deserve respect. I mean, Bob, Chick. Anybody who comes on my show, I'm going to treat with respect. Even if I disagree with you on something, I'm going to politely say it. I'm not going to fucking. I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't do that fucking shit. But Bob is decent, but I think he does the same thing where he kind of the clickbait a little bit. But I don't think it's nearly as bad as Matt. Matt's bad, and
it works. It's a shame because the whole internet is running rampant with it, and people just act like such assholes just for that reason alone.
Bro, did you ever notice this? And then I'll let you go because we've been on for over an hour already. This the social media thing. If do you ever play any sports besides bodybuilding?
Very little.
Okay, whatever. If you're on a men's softball league, what's going on in the MLB. If you play pickup basketball, what's happening in the NBA.
Yeah,
that goes without saying.
Yeah, I can see that.
If you're on a fucking roller hockey team, ice hockey, what's happening in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable. Every one of those guys knows the top guys, who's the best. They talk about the game, so on and so forth. Bodybuilding and fitness is the only fucking hobby that the majority of people have no fucking clue who the top guys are.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking guys that are fucking big, jacked, right? That I talked to in the gym. And they didn't even know the Arnold Classic was happening last week. Yeah. And I'm like, really? You don't know? And they have no fucking clue, no idea. But they know the social media guys.
Yeah, of course.
And that's just like, and here's the funny part. There's one guy in my gym, nice guy. We're always shooting the shit. Really good dude. In shape. We always say we're going to train together. We never do. But whatever. You know how that goes.
Mm.
So we were talking about the Arnold Classic, and he had no idea. No clue. Right? So I show him Nick Walker's posing routine.
Mm-hmm.
And he immediately goes, "That's AI." I went, "No, dude. No, that's not AI." I'm like, "No, that's really him, bro. That's really what he looks like."
It's sad that we live in a world where that's even a thing, a debate.
Yeah. I'm like, "No, bro, that's not AI. That's how freaky he is. He is a freak of nature." And because he's used to the Greg Doucettes or the Bradley Martins, and those guys are huge. Those guys are big in their own right. But compared to the top pros, nothing. Last question, and I'll let you go. Who was the biggest pro you've ever seen in person? Like biggest as far as size?
I have not been enough places, but last year at one of my shows, Sergio was at one of my shows.
Oh, yeah.
Last year.
Yes.
And I was back there, and it was a few weeks out of another show. I can't remember where he was in his competition season, but man, it made me feel like a little kid.
He is a huge human being. Yeah.
What am I doing here?
He is a huge human being. Like he's fucking giant.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he belongs in Game of Thrones. One of those, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've said this a million times before. For me, it's Akeem Williams because I see him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I see him, it just never lacks to impress. There was one time I was at a show with him. He was at an NPC show, and I was standing behind him. and I couldn't see anything in front of him. Like it was like a building was in front of me.
Yeah.
Did you see his last progress pic?
No.
Look at this. Akeem. Oh, yeah. Let's see. And he's just, in this picture, he just has a T-shirt on, right? It's just. He just has a T-shirt on, and he's not even. Look at the size.
How tall is Akeem?
Akeem's probably 5'9", 5'10". I'd say maybe 5'10". He's not even. He's just holding his arms out.
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded. That's retarded, dude. That's ridiculous. You know, when you see these guys in person, it's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, oh God. Lee's physical distance. What is this? Lee's physical distance creating high latency combined with this historically slower infrastructure, limited internal speed in Australia, such as resilience on copper wiring, high data travel. All right, Lee, we get it. I'm sorry, dude. We'll see you on Wednesday. It's no big deal, bro. It's no big deal. You show up every Monday. It's fine. It's it's not a big deal. You got to take care of what you got to take care of. All right. So what's up for you? What's happening with you, Sean? Have you decided when you're going to compete again or anything like that?
I'm pushing it off. I'm going to get. I got a vacation coming up, early summer.
Very nice. Where you going?
Real nice and lean for Hawaii.
Hawaii. Wow. With the family or just you and your wife?
Family.
Nice.
Nice. My wife's whole side of the family, so that'll be good.
What's the plane ride from California to?
Oh God, I don't know.
It can't be nearly as bad. I think it's 12 hours from New York, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah, I think it's about as good as it can get.
I think it's probably half that because I would think 5 or 6 hours, but what do I know?
Yeah, I don't
that's beautiful, man. Damn, that's pretty fucking. That's nice. I've never been to Hawaii. I hear it's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to the Bahamas for my birthday.
I heard you say that. That is awesome.
Yeah. That's my wife's birthday gift for me.
Ah, that's so fun. When are you going?
Mid-April. My birthday is April 7th, so we're going from the 18th to the 22nd.
And enjoy it.
Never been to the Bahamas. This is Bahar Mar. I understand it's supposed to be really beautiful, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't care, man, dude. You could put me on a like when I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation. I don't do a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I want to do.
That's my idea of a vacation too.
Yeah, I don't do fucking shit. People are
I'm
like,
not down for these itineraries and all this. No, that's not a vacation for me.
No. People are like, oh, do you work out when you're on vacation? I don't do fucking shit when I'm on vacation. This is what I do when I'm on vacation. All right. I go by the pool or the beach, whatever, most of the time at the pool. And I drink by the pool, maybe get something to eat, do more drinking by the pool, take the sun, go in the pool, maybe do some more drinking by the pool. And then at night, we go out to eat. And then I always go on vacation where there's a casino. I don't like going someplace where there's no casino. So then I do some gambling.
That's a good vacation. That's
fucking what I do. Now, if I was on a longer vacation, like if I was on, we're only going for 5 days, maybe I would do some, but I don't do fucking shit. I even leave my phone in the room. I don't want, and that's another thing. Do you ever watch somebody on they're on vacation and they just keep putting pictures on Instagram from their vacation? It's like, why don't you try enjoying yourself instead of worry about putting that shit on when you get home?
Yeah.
I literally just, I veg out. I'm like, we're done here.
Yeah.
All right, Big Sean, I appreciate you coming on, man. I thank you very much for helping me tonight because Lee couldn't come on, so I really, really appreciate it, man.
Thank you for having me, man. It's always an honor.
Of course, bro. Of course, you're gonna be back on. You're as far as I'm concerned, you're aces, man.
I appreciate that.
Of course, man. All right, brother. Listen, have a good night, and we'll be in touch.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Later.